Hello friends, and welcome to a very important lesson on rules on pronoun agreement. Pronouns must agree in person, number and gender with their antecedents. There are three types of persons for pronouns. They are first person, second person and the third person. There are two types of numbers for both nouns and pronouns. They are singular number and plural number. And there are three types of genders: masculine gender, feminine gender and neuter gender. We shall discuss about each one of them individually a little later. Let us understand what an antecedent is. An antecedent is the noun or pronoun that a pronoun refers to or which the pronoun replaces. In simple words, antecedent is the word for which the pronoun stands. For example, President Lincoln delivered his Gettysburg Address in 1863. In this sentence, his is the pronoun that refers to the antecedent President Lincoln. The bride and the groom took their vows. In this sentence, their is the pronoun that refers to the antecedent, the bride and the groom. Now let us try to go a little deeper and try to understand the concept more clearly. There are three important things to remember about pronouns. Pronouns must agree in person, number and gender with their antecedents. Now let us understand them one by one. There are three persons for pronouns. The first person is the person who is speaking. I, me, mine, we, us, our, ours are the examples of first person pronouns. Second person is the person to whom one is speaking. You, your, yours are the examples of second person pronouns. And the third person is the person or thing about whom one is speaking. He, him, his, she, her, hers, it, its, they, their, theirs are some examples of third person pronouns. Pronouns can further be categorized according to their numbers, singular and plural. Let us take a look at some examples of singular personal pronouns. For example, I is always used as the subject pronoun. The object form of I is me, and the possessive form of I and me is my and mine. Please remember that possessive pronouns show ownership. Similarly, you is used as the subject and object pronoun, and the possessive form of you is your and yours. He, she and it are subject pronouns, and the object form of he, she and it are him, her and it, and the possessive forms are his, her, hers and its. When you change subject pronoun into object pronoun, he becomes him, she becomes her, and it remains as it. The possessive form of he is his, she is her and hers, and the possessive form of it is its. Now let us take a look at some examples of plural personal pronouns. For example, we is the subject pronoun. When you change we into object, it becomes us. And when you change us into possessive pronouns, it becomes our and ours. You is used as both subject and object pronouns. And when you change you into possessive pronouns, it becomes you and yours. They is the subject pronoun. When you change they into object, it becomes them. And when you change them into possessive pronouns, it becomes their and theirs. Please remember a very important thing. We must always look at the antecedent in a sentence and supply the pronoun singular or plural, masculine, feminine or neuter accordingly. Let me explain with an example. Look at this sentence. When a patient comes in with this type of gynecological problem, she should give her history to the consulting physician immediately. In this sentence, patient is the antecedent. the patient has a gynecological problem. That means the patient is a woman. So the correct pronoun to refer to the patient is she. Let us look at another example. President Lincoln delivered his Gettysburg Address in 1863. In this sentence, President Lincoln is the antecedent. Since the antecedent is a singular masculine gender, the correct pronoun to refer to the antecedent is he. Now look at this example. The bride and the groom took their vows. In this sentence, we have a plural antecedent, that is, the bride and the groom. Since the antecedent is plural, the pronoun that refers to the antecedent must also be plural. That is the reason why the bride and the groom is followed by the pronoun their. Can you guess what is wrong in this sentence? Anybody who donates blood must ensure that their HIV is negative. Well, in this sentence, we clearly see that the pronoun does not agree with its antecedent. The antecedent in this sentence is anybody. Anybody is the third person singular indefinite pronoun. So anybody must always be followed by a singular pronoun he or she. So the right way of saying is anybody who donates blood must ensure that his or her HIV is negative. Please remember a very important thing. Gender agreement takes place only in the third person singular. So this is how rules on pronoun agreement work. This is the end of rules on pronoun agreement part 1. In my next episode of pronoun agreement rules, I'll be discussing about how indefinite pronouns agree with the subjects. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, click on to the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you get notified every time when a new video is uploaded. Learning is very simple and easy with Mr. B. See you next time with another video. Stay tuned.